Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Make It So show with your hostess, with the mostest, Mojo Medium, aka Susan Morrow Johnson. Find me on the web at mojomedium.com. If we have not met yet, I am a psychic medium. I am also a manifestation expert and a woo woo life coach. And I have some great programs available for you in addition to psychic readings. Being a medium means that, yes, I do talk to dead people and I do it a lot. So I have a couple of things to share with you today on the Make It So show. For the Make It So show, which is what this is today, we focus on manifestation and creating what we really want in our lives instead of settling for the same old dookie. Boo hiss. Okay, a couple of things I want to tell you. First of all, as I mentioned, I do talk to dead people. My father passed away last month, and a couple of weeks ago, after he passed, I was out in the garage scooping the cat poop from the litter box, and I thought, I'm going to check in with my dad because, I mean, face it, it's an unpleasant chore, and I wasn't doing anything complicated. So it was nice to be able to, so I went, like, my father who art in heaven. I called on him, and he said, hey, and I said, how's it going? He said, it's going really well. He said, you know how I always wanted to be the smartest guy in the room, and I was a big know-it-all, which is fine. I come from a long line of know-it-alls, and I'm proud to say that both of my children are know-it-alls also. So he said, I always wanted to know everything and be the smartest guy and have all the information. And I said, yeah, I remember that. And he said, well, now I really do actually know everything. And I said, well, that's fun. And he said, it is fun, but it's not as much fun as learning. All of a sudden, I was like, wow, is that the answer to the eternal, infernal question? Why are we here? Why are we here in this life? I mean, we have varying beliefs across the world, and there are religions and philosophies. And my dad and I pretty well agreed on most philosophy. We might call something a different name from what the other called it, but we had a very similar philosophy. And so the idea that we're here to learn and have fun learning is a really profound idea. I love it. I love it. And I'm going to remember that the next time I'm not having fun. I'm going to go, okay, what am I learning? And isn't it fun to learn? Isn't it fun to learn? Now, I've always been of the philosophy that we're not here to learn lessons, life lessons. Lessons makes it feel to me like you can pass or fail, and you really can't fail. You just keep getting the same message again until you get the message. You keep going through the same thing until you get the message. For example, let's say that you have been married more than once and divorced more than once, and you think, well, gosh, what's going wrong? Why can't I find a good partner? Why are men, or why are women such assholes? Well, the common denominator is you. And so until you figure out what it is that you need to know about yourself, you're going to keep getting into toxic relationships. Right now, this is like pop psychology. We all know that this is what goes on. But it's a great example of how the message continues to be delivered until you absorb it, until you learn it. So I prefer messages to lessons, but it's still about learning and having fun doing it. Okay, today I wanted to talk about a couple of things. I have been teasing this for, well, let's see, since November, first part of November, and it's now February. So what's that, 3 months? And this time I'm really going to do it. As you know, my father passed away last month. We finally had his celebration of life on Saturday. So now, even though I've still got a lot to do on his behalf and with his estate and blah, 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 at least I can get into a more normal routine. And this fabulous thing that I started in November, I can finally get it ready for you. Are you ready? It's not ready for you, but I'm going to get it ready for you. It's called Hypnomagic Meditation. And it is a fantastic way to change beliefs that are keeping you from manifesting what you really want. And it is really, really effective. So I'm going to be very excited to be sharing that with you. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. Look for that coming up in the future. Today, for the show, for the Make It So show, I want to review the 3D manifestation tool for you. Are you familiar with the 3D manifestation tool? This is something that I came up with years ago by backing into how I had gotten something I wanted. And I think, yeah, I'll tell you the story. The way that I discovered the 3D manifestation tool, and to tell you the truth, a couple of years after I developed it, I read a book by Joe Vitale called The Attractor Factor, and it is essentially the exact same tool. He just fleshed it out and made it to, 200 pages instead of my little 3D ebook is just a couple of pages. But it's a very simple process, and it's very effective if you use it right. Now, it does not address beliefs that are limiting. It does not address changing beliefs. It just gives you a way of looking at things differently and taking action that will work for you. And it's easy. So get a pen and paper ready. We're going to talk about the 3D manifestation tool. Okay. The way that I discovered it was I wanted to lose weight. And I was much thinner than I am now, but I wanted to lose 15 pounds or something. I don't know. And so I was kind of putting it out to the universe. I want to lose some weight. And I thought, how would I feel if I lost some weight? Well, I'd feel like, I would wear a smaller size. I'd feel more attractive. I'd feel healthier, blah, 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 right? So I was kind of thinking about that. And then I just left it alone, kind of forgot about it. Well, one day I just had the feeling of going for a walk. I thought, wow, it's a nice day. I'm going to put on my sneakers and go for a walk. And I did. And the next day I felt like going for a walk again. And it's not that I am particularly prone or not prone to the desire to go for a walk. But when this happened, it was almost like I wasn't even trying. I wasn't doing this. I just was like, it was like I was inspired. I was inspired to go for a walk. And I did. And I started, hello. Nice to see you, Judy, Piper, Erlene, everybody. Hi, welcome. So I started walking every day. And it was a habit I had before and had gotten out of. And I started walking every day and I kept doing it. I mean, and I got almost obsessive about it. I would walk at least 5 days a week, usually for 30 to 45 minutes. And when it was really cold and drizzly and yucky, I would just cover up with a hood and a muffler over my face and bundle up, and I'd get out there and walk. And it was super hot in the summer. Well, I'd just have to shower when I got back. And so I don't remember what time of year I started doing this, but after a couple of months of walking every day, I noticed that I had lost a few pounds, and I wasn't even trying. And so I started thinking, am I eating, less sugar? Am I eating more vegetables? Maybe. I had not noticed. The only thing I had noticed was that I was going for a walk every day. And so I backed into that. Like, how did this come to be? And that's when I developed this 3D tool. And I'm giving this to you for free, baby. It is part of the Make Magic Pro program, which you can enroll in. In fact, when I do the Hypnomagic meditation training, I'll probably give you a special offer on that. So in the Make Magic Pro program, the 3D tool is one of the very first things that you do. And then you go on to about 20 video tutorials teaching you step by step exactly how to create what you want in your life and stop settling for the same old dookie. Okay, so the 3D tool is this. We have to have a 0D. Okay, so there's 1D, 2D, 3D. We have to have a 0D, and that's the wish. It's not a D, And we could call it your desire. Let's call it your desire. But that comes along later. Let's just call it a wish. Okay. So you start with a wish. And let's say that you wish, I used relationships earlier. So let's wish that, wish for a happy, loving relationship, mutually supportive, interdependent, blah, 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 right? Okay, so your wish is, I wish I had a great relationship. Now, maybe you're already in a relationship. And so you don't want to wish for a different person. You just want to wish for a great relationship. Even if you're not in a relationship, you are in a relationship, doesn't matter. If you're not happy with your relationship situation, your wish is, I wish I were in a great relationship. Okay. So the first D, 1D, is declare it perfect just like it is. Either you don't have a relationship or you have an unpleasant relationship, whatever, or it's not perfect or not what you want, whatever that is, just declare it perfect just like it is. You know, I wish I had a better relationship. No, you know what? It is great just like it is. It's perfect. If you wanted to use the analogy of losing weight, maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe that's your wish. I wish I weighed less. I wish I could lose a few pounds. Wait, you know what? Declare it perfect, just like it is. It's perfect. My body's perfect. My weight is perfect. My health is perfect. I'm super happy with it, just like it is. Make that acceptance, okay? And declare it perfect. Say it to the universe. Say it to yourself, to your subconscious. This relationship is perfect. This body is perfect. And sometimes this little act of surrender, it's a little mini surrender. Sometimes that's enough to make a shift. Something might change just because of that. Now, keep in mind, if you are in a bad relationship and you wish you were in a good relationship, that may or may not mean that the one you have will improve. And you have to be willing to accept that. So you just go, you know what? This situation is perfect just the way it is. If you're trying to lose weight, I do recommend that you include in your wish that you could lose weight healthfully. Okay. And I say this as a little caveat because when we leave the how up to the universe, we at least need to include some things that will keep us from getting something we really don't want. For example, when my husband died, my first husband, 25 years ago, my first husband died when I was 31. I had 2 little girls. He and I had 2 little girls, and he died. And so on the day of his funeral, I got up and got on the scale because I was kind of obsessive back then. Obviously, I no longer am. Because I ain't no size 2. But I stepped on the scale and I had lost 4 pounds in the last 3 days. And I was like, look, I know I wanted to lose weight, but this was really not what I had in mind. So think about that when you're making your wish. You know, I wish I weighed a little bit less and was very healthy. I wish I could lose a few pounds in a very healthy way. Because, you know, my dad just died of cancer and he lost a lot of weight before he was diagnosed. So, you know, that's like, yeah, I'm not wanting to do it that way. Okay. All right. So the first D is declare it perfect just like it is. The second D is determine the feelings that you would have if your wish came true. So I wish I were in a great relationship. If I were, I would feel happy. I would feel loved and supported. I would feel like I was loving and supporting my partner and feeling like, you know, we could do stuff together. I would feel like it would be fun to hang out. I would feel like having a conversation with my partner and just talking and having fun together. Whatever that is, whatever your idea of a great relationship is, what would you feel like? What would you want to feel like? What would you imagine that it would be like to be in a great relationship? If you lost weight, what would you feel like? Well, I would feel more attractive. I'd feel more healthy. I'd feel prettier. I'd feel like I could get into that old skirt that I can't get into right now. I would feel like going shopping. I would feel like I could conquer the world because I would be so proud. Whatever those are, determine those feelings, and that's your 2D. Now comes the 3D that brings it all together. The third D is the desire. Remember I said earlier, well, desire comes along again later. Ask for the desire to do, that's another D, whatever will bring you those feelings with regard to your wish. I'm going to repeat that. Ask whoever you ask, God, universe, higher self, spirit, angels and guides, subconscious, heart, Saint Michael, whoever you want to ask. Ask for the desire to do whatever will bring you the feelings that you've determined would accompany the fulfillment of your wish. Ask for the desire, the motivation, the inspiration, the idea, the impetus, the direction, the whatever that is. Ask for the desire to do whatever will bring you the feelings you would get from your wish. And then leave it alone. Walk away, forget about it. And oh, lo and behold, you're walking into the store and you see a flyer or a poster that says art classes for beginners. And you think, wow, I'd love to take an art class. That sounds like fun. So I'm going to go take an art class. You sign up, it's $20. It's great. It's easy. It's fun. And guess what? The teacher is a perfect partner for you. And I'm not kidding. That's how it happens. Like, I wanted to lose weight, and one day I just had the desire to go for a walk. And I walked and I walked and I walked. Now, we all know calories in, calories out is a lie, and walking alone is probably not going to make you lose weight necessarily. But I'm sure that there were other factors involved: what I was eating, when I was eating, how I was eating. Maybe I went for my walk in the evening, and then I didn't eat anything after that. And so I was technically intermittent fasting without realizing it. Whatever that is, I didn't have to know what it was. I didn't have to think of what it was. I just left it alone. I made the wish. I declared it perfect. So there's a little surrender there, right? Can cause a shift. I determined the feelings that I wanted, the feelings that I would feel. How would I feel if my wish came true? And then I said, you know what? These are great feelings. Everything's positive. Tell me what to do. Put it in front of me. Give me the inspiration. I'll do it. And then walk away and don't worry about it. You can write these things down if you want to. You can write down your Ds, your feelings that you want. You can write down those feelings. You can write down your wish and the feelings that you want. And you can say it's perfect and all that stuff. But put it away. Put it away. You might mark a date on your calendar for 2 months down the road or 6 months down the road and check on your wish. But walk away and leave it alone. It'll be there. It'll be in your mind. It'll be somewhere in your head. It'll be out in the universe, conspiring, coordinating, making things happen for you. It's a very, very cool tool. I feel like I've just given you like the golden tool. Like, here you go, the golden rule, the golden idea that will help you create what you want. But if you think that's good, you ain't seen nothing yet. So I do want you to stay tuned for when I get my HypnoMagic meditation training set up. Hopefully, let's see here, today's the 18th. It'll be sometime in March. And so stay tuned for that. If you are not on my mailing list, you definitely want to be on my mailing list. You can either email me at mojomedium@gmail.com, or you can go to mojomedium.com and a pop-up comes up immediately. And there's a link in the website. A pop-up comes up and says, sign up for Mojo's newsletters and get this free ebook about manifestation. And so you can go and do that right now. And as long as you're on my mailing list, you will be getting notifications about the HypnoMagic meditation and about the Make Magic with Mojo program and more and more and more that you need to know so you can create what you want and stop settling for the same old dookie. Okay, now I'm going to wrap up the main thing that you have to conquer for any kind of manifestation, for anything you want in your life, is your own worthiness. And so I'm going to sign off like I do on my new podcast, The Mojo Show, which you can find on podcasts anywhere. And that is, remember, you are worthy always and in all ways. See you soon.